What started as a Bible show for kids will soon be a blockbuster movie. Hilarious jokes.
How did the dog stop the video? He pressed pause.
Oh my goodness!
Intense car chases.
I've got the wheels, so buckle up, Camille.
Heart-pounding action.
I do my own stunts.
Starring David, the most awesomest and famous actor in the world. And also this girl. The Journey Today movie. Coming soon to theaters nowhere.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Journey Today show. I'm Camille. Are you kidding me? David, wake up! David, it's time to start the show.
And I'm David.
Hey, it looks like you were pretty sound asleep there.
Oh, man. I was. And I had the weirdest dream. You're not going to believe this. I dreamed that the Journey Today show became the Journey Today movie. And I was telling jokes and driving cars and doing stunts. I was so awesome. And you were in it too.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You were the superstar of the movie, and I was what? Like your adoring sidekick?
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Just wow. So that's what you think of me? You know, I'm a little offended.
Whoa. Wait. You're not going to throw me in a pit, are you?
What? Why would I do that?
Well, that's basically what happens in our Bible story for today.
Oh, you mean the story of Joseph and his brothers.
Yeah, you see, Joseph's dad loved him more than his 11 brothers, and he gave Joseph a beautiful coat of many colors. And then, on top of that, Joseph had 2 dreams where he was super important, but his brothers were like lowly peasants who bowed down and adored him. And when Joseph told them about the dream, they were not happy.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But Joseph's brothers were way less forgiving than me. In fact, they got so mad that they threw Joseph in a deep pit. Then they sold him as a slave to some traders who took him to Egypt.
Yeah, and by the way, thank you for not doing that to me. This is one of the longest and most awesome stories in the Bible. In fact, it's too long to tell the whole thing in this episode, but long story short, God is with Joseph the whole time, and he helps Joseph escape slavery and raises him up to be the second most powerful person in all of Egypt.
That's right. And then, when a terrible famine hits the land, Joseph's brothers come to Egypt to get some food. And guess who's in charge of handing the food out?
Joseph.
That's right. It's their brother Joseph who they threw into a pit and sold as a slave.
So this is really interesting because now you have to wonder what Joseph is going to do when he sees his brothers. I mean, is he going to get revenge and possibly have them killed? Or is he going to forgive them?
Yeah, and you know what? I think we should find out for ourselves. So how about this? In just a second, press pause on the video and read the verses on the screen to see what Joseph does. When you're finished, press play and we'll see you back here.
Whoa. Can you imagine how hard it must have been for Joseph to forgive his brothers for doing something so terrible? I mean, when I was growing up, my brother did some pretty cruel things to me, but he never threw me into a pit and sold me as a slave.
Yeah, that was a really terrible thing to do, which makes it all the more amazing that Joseph forgave them.
So, Camille, let me ask you a question. If you were Joseph, do you think you could have forgiven your brothers for doing that?
Oof. I really want to say yes, and I hope that I could, but honestly, I don't know. I think it would take me a long time until I could really forgive them.
Yeah, I think I would say the same. Forgiveness is really hard, but holding on to a grudge is easy.
Wait, hold on. A grudge? What's that?
Yeah, great question. A grudge means that you're continuously angry at someone and you're not willing to forgive them. And as easy it is to hold on to a grudge, it's also really messy. In fact, I have a little challenge that will kind of show you what I'm talking about.
Oh man, anytime you say the words messy and challenge together, I get a little nervous.
Oh, don't worry, you're gonna love this. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll each have a pile of Uno cards. Now, one at a time, we'll each flip a card over from the pile. Now, if the cards are a different color, nothing happens. But if our cards are the same color, we have to race to grab this unpeeled banana. The first one to grab the banana gets a point.
All right, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do it.
All right, 3,
2,
1, go! Nope. Nope. No. Oh. Nope. Nope. Yes! Oh! You barely
All
got.
right,
I got
barely
most
got
of the banana. I got most of the banana. Okay.
All right, we'll give you that one. Here we go.
Yeah. No! Oh! No! Nope.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay.
My hands are getting sticky.
Me too. I can hardly let go of the cards.
I know. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Nope. 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 No! Oh! Okay.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Nope. Yes!
Yes!
Oh, my banana! I got a point.
Man.
I got a point on that one.
Oh, it's getting bad.
Oh,
Getting bad.
jeez. Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Right, yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah! Oh, man.
Does that
Okay.
count as most of the banana?
I think you got the point on that one. Oh. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Yes! Yeah! Oh, man. Oh, that is ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Okay. I think the challenge is over. There's not much of a banana left.
Seriously, it's almost like we're playing with banana pudding now.
Oh man, you're right. But that's my point though. Holding on tightly to a grudge is kind of like holding on tightly to this banana, or what used to be this banana. It might feel good at the time, but it makes a big, fat mess. Okay, Camille, before we wipe our hands off, let's tell a story to show what we mean. Let's say that you're hanging out in your yard with your really good friend named Buster McFlusterpants.
Wait, Buster McFlusterpants? Is that really his name?
No, I hope not. This is just a made-up story. So at some point, these other neighbor kids come over and ask Buster if he wants to play with them. But they say they just want to play with Buster, not you. And just like that, Buster says, sure, and walks away with the other kids. You can't believe it. He just totally ditched you. Now you have to figure out what to do. You can go talk to Buster McFlusterpants and try to work it out, or you can hold on to this. It's a grudge. And unfortunately, you decide to hold on to the grudge.
Yeah, and the next day at school, Buster finds you and says, hey, sorry about yesterday. That wasn't cool. You want to play something at recess? Now you have to decide again. Are you going to forgive, or are you going to hold that grudge even tighter? So you think about it for a second, and then you tell your friend to get lost, and you decide to hold on to your grudge even tighter.
Yeah. Then, later that day, after school, Buster knocks on your door and asks if you want to play video games over at his house. That sounds pretty fun, and you really want to do it, but you're still so mad. So now, once again, you have to decide. Are you going to forgive your friend, or are you going to hold that grudge even tighter? And just like before, you decide to hold the grudge even tighter. You yell, "We're never playing again!" And you slam the door in Buster's face. Now you're really holding on tight to that grudge.
Take a look at these bananas, everyone. This is what holding a grudge looks like. Grudges are ugly and rotten and gross. And when you hold on to them too tightly for too long, they make a big, fat, slimy mess.
Yeah, you know what? I think Joseph probably knew that holding a grudge was messy, so he forgave his brothers instead. But I think there was something else Joseph knew that made it even easier for him to forgive. Joseph knew that he should forgive his brothers because God had already forgiven him. In fact, that's what our Bible verse for today tells us. It says, "Be kind and tender to one another. Forgive each other just as God forgave you because of what Christ has done." Ephesians 4:32.
You know, that verse is so good to hear. It's such a good reminder that we should treat other people the way that God treats us. It also makes me think of a question. Have you ever forgiven someone? How did it feel? Also, why do you think it's important that we forgive others? Press pause
And discuss. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had some great conversations. Even though we sin against God, He doesn't hold a grudge against us. God is always quick to forgive us.
Yeah, and in the same way that God is quick to forgive us, He wants us to be quick to forgive others, just like Joseph did for his brothers.
It's true. Sometimes the best way to forgive others is to think about how God has forgiven you. When you think about all the things God has forgiven you for, it's hard to hold a grudge against someone else.
Amen. What a great episode.
It really was.
Also a really tiring episode. I'm feeling kind of sleepy. In fact, I think I'm just going to take a nap.
All right. Sleep tight. And for the rest of you, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
What started as a silly movie with a washed-up, aging actor is now an even better movie. Funnier joke. What do you give to a sick lemon? Lemonade!
You're so awesome, Camille. Press pause.
And discuss. Featuring mega super duper star Camille. I can shoot lasers out of my hands. Pew, 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 pew! Pew, pew, pew! And some guy named Daryl.
My name is Dave.
Bigger action than before. I'm detecting hidden missiles. Deploy the Daryl defense. Journey Today movie part 2. This time, we did it right.